Everyone is interpreting something, from the land to the people around them. Eller and Proctor say that interpreting is the action of attaching meaning to things around us. How we respond and portray to our emotions causes people to see us differently. That's why being able to control our emotions and body language is extremely useful. Controlling our emotions and nonverbals can be the difference between making or losing a friend. In this clip from Star Wars Attack of the Clones, we see how Anakin feels after acting on his emotions when he figures out what happens to his mother.
I killed them. I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too. They're like animals. And I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Being able to use emotional intelligence allows us to be able to understand our emotions, and making it so we can understand how we should respond to them in a positive manner, unlike Anakin in Attack of the Clones. Anakin understands what his emotions are, but he doesn't know how to respond positively to them, and ends up slaughtering a whole village of the people that took his mother. Even though he has a right to be angry, killing the entire village would not bring his mother back in the end. In one's own life, we need to be able to understand our emotions and understand how to respond to them. If we are unable to self-manage our responses to our emotions, people will start perceiving us in a different way. If you were to start yelling in public because you're angry, then people may think you're weird or crazy because they don't know what you're going through. Acting out irresponsibly like this could lead people to not want to talk to you. This is a cutscene of the video game LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga that shows nonverbal communication, as it is the only way to communicate emotions in this game, because it has no voice acting. In this cutscene, we are visibly able to see communication of surprise on the big creature, with his eyes enlarging and his posture straightening. In a game that has no voice acting, it needs nonverbals to show a little bit of what characters are feeling or thinking. Like with emotions, if we are unable to control what we nonverbally show, we may affect how other people perceive us. For instance, you may be happy and want your presenting self to be outgoing, but if your resting face looks angry, or you are slouched, looking tired, then people will think you're angry or tired, causing them to not want to approach you, even if you do want people to. In other words, what we want to show is not always what we are showing. Like in this image, where the shadow isn't the same as the person who is actually there. Overall, the understanding of emotions and nonverbals is very important for everyone and how people perceive them. We need to understand how to control and respond to our emotions so we don't do anything that will affect us negatively, especially when we go through emotional flooding, where we are emotional to the point where we are not necessarily in control and will do things without thinking. Like Anakin in the first clip, he was flooded with emotion that he killed a whole village even though it wouldn't bring his mother back. If we get to that point, we could also hurt someone and lead to breaking relationships along with other outcomes. In the second clip, we see the different nonverbals from a video game without voice acting. Nonverbals can show emotions and feelings of the person performing them, and if we are unable to understand what nonverbals we are showing, it can give off the wrong meaning than what we actually are trying to show. Through these different medias, they show different examples of poor emotional intelligence and the usage of nonverbals. With these different examples, we can see why emotional intelligence and understanding of nonverbals are very useful to us throughout our daily lives.